Om Shri Guru Basvalingaya Namaha. Students, good morning. Yesterday about electrolysis, Faraday's laws covered, Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law covered. In first law, depending on quantity of electricity, means quantity of electricity is variable, depending on that the amounts of the substances depositing and liberating depends. Clear na? How much heat we will provide, those many number of rotaries will come out. In the similar way, how much quantity of electricity we are passing, depending on that the amount of the metal or non-metal depositing or liberating at their respective takes place. You may question here one, sir, so much quantity of electricity you are passing, but in electrolyte that number of metallic ion and non-metallic ions are not available. Quantity of electricity passing ready, I can bear. With respect to that, if electrolytic ions are less, how can we get more mass of the substances? Is right. Actually, both of them are directly proportional together. Only quantity of electricity is in our hand, getting more amount of the substance. If we take less amount of electrolyte is not possible. Both of them are directly proportional together. That is the first law. Second law, whatever the electrolytes it may be, all the electrolytes when we connected in series, then the masses of the substances who are deposited or liberated are in the ratio of their equivalent masses when we pass same quantity of electricity through the different electrolytes. Correct? Second law, quantity of electricity passed we are restricting and maintaining same in different electrolytes. Through the different electrolytes, same quantity of electricity we are passing, then amounts of the substances who are deposited or liberated definitely are in the ratio of their equivalent masses. Clear na? That is what we covered. And one more also, here electrode products. What kind of electrolyte we are taking, which kind of electrodes we are dipping, based on that at cathode which product is going to produce and at anode which product is going to produce, that also covered. Neutral electrodes if we take or some metal electrodes if we take, then kind of depositing and liberated, most of the cases similar, but some cases different. Suppose copper sulphate electrolyte, platinum electrodes, if platinum electrodes are there, at cathode and anodic products are different. Same copper sulphate if you take, copper electrodes are dipped, cathodic and anodic will be different. At anode, copper undergo oxidation, at cathode it deposits. Net number of Cu2 plus ions in electrolyte will be same. Whereas platinum electrodes if you use, at a platinum cathode, Cu2 plus will deposit, but whereas at platinum anode, oxygen is going to liberate. Right? So, in case of platinum electrodes, at platinum anode, oxygen liberates when we use copper sulphate electrolyte. Suppose copper electrodes if you use, at cathode, no question of deposition, cathode itself consumed because that is copper. That copper undergo oxidation. Here phenomenon, general common phenomenon you have to observe. Here oxygen liberating by taking 2 electrons by anode and externally anode to cathode electrons are transferred. Suppose copper electrode if you take, it undergo oxidation. In what way it is going to change immaterial for you, but whether that copper anode receiving electrons or not, that is important. Oxide if given electrons, oxygen is liberating. Copper undergo oxidation, electrons are given to copper anode or not? Cu undergo oxidation to convert as Cu2 plus 2 electrons, those 2 electrons given to copper anode, or else O2 minus when reached, also 2 electrons given by oxide ion. So, here anode is taking 2 electrons and externally from anode to cathode it is supplying. That is important. Clear na? Similarly, you studied aluminum metal extraction by Hall and Herold's process. Correct? In Hall and Herold's process, what is an electrolyte? Fusion alumina, Al2O3 na? Al2O3 is an electrolyte, to which what we are adding? Cryolite as well as fluorspar. Right? Fluorspar will increase the mobility of ions or conduction of electrolytic ions whereas cryolite will lower the melting point of bauxite, purified bauxite Al2O3. That Al2O3 get ionized in what way? First it get converted into AlF3 with the help of cryolite, correct? And obtained oxide whoever is there, oxide moves toward the cathode. Bunch of the carbon rods we are hanged in electrolyte, toward that cathode O2 minus will go and given 2 electrons liberate as oxygen. Sometimes there is a possibility of reacting that oxygen with graphite rods, cathode itself convert into carbon dioxide, nothing but the decay of that carbon cathode will be takes place, whereas at anode metal deposits. Generally the gas carbon lined, that gas carbon acts as cathode. Inner walls of the rectangular vessel, electrolytic cell whatever is there, Holland-Darroch process, inner walls will be lined with gas carbon. That gas carbon here acting as cathode, so that toward the cathode Al3 plus will go and deposit as aluminum. Nothing but when we take graphite rods as electrodes, Al2O3 at cathode aluminum deposit, whereas at anode oxygen liberates. Clear na? So in that way, here which kind of electrolyte we are taking, then what kind of products are generated or produced at the respective electrodes, you must got an idea. Clear? So that we covered. And today batteries, cell and battery. Generally what is the difference? What is the cell, what is the battery? Both of them are same or different? Phenomenon almost same, but cell is only one unit, whereas batteries, when these cells in series connected, in series these are connected, right? Series are parallel. When we connected the cells, that will become a battery, right? Generally cell and battery meaning same, but as a group if it is staying battery, individually it is saying cell, sometimes even battery also we can call, right? Here what is taking place actually in batteries? Chemical energy convert into electrical energy, right? Chemical energy convert into electrical energy. So therefore, how long those chemicals are there inside the cell, when they consumed, battery is dead, that battery we have to throw out outside or not, right? And nowadays the batteries are came, those batteries when that is discharged during usage, again we can recharge, cell charging में रखे बोलते, mobile, nothing but in which whoever the cell is there, in that cell electrolyte whatever is there having energy, chemical energy, discharged, convert into electrical energy. After discharging again we can recharge. So during discharge the batteries or cells acts as galvanic. In galvanic or voltaic or Daniel, what is the principle? Chemical energy get converted into electrical energy, correct? During recharge certain quantity of electricity we are passing, that is electrolytic cell. During recharge the batteries are acting as electrolytic cells. During discharge the batteries are acting as electrochemical cell, that is a galvanic or voltaic, right? All the cells may not possess recharge, right? The pencil cells we will purchase, say, to keep in watch or battery, torchlight. In them whoever the cells we are using, only discharge cells. In watch whatever the cell we added, after dead we have to throw it outside only, we cannot recharge that, right? So such type of cells are called primary cells. The batteries who can recharge, discharge as well as recharge facility is there, they are called secondary cells, right? Cells are again of two kinds, primary cells and secondary cells. In primary cell only discharge takes place, whereas in secondary cell both discharge as well as recharge takes place, right? Primary cell, in which dry cell will be there. Dry cell and wet cell, what do you mean? Electrolyte is there, say electrolyte in dry cell is in the form of paste, whereas in wet cells, galvanic or voltaic cells, wet cells are there. In wet cells in the form of electrolyte, electrolyte in the form of liquid, molten form or else aqueous solution, whereas in dry cell not water type, is a paste. Generally this dry cell as a primary cell, which can be also known as Leclanche cell in your physics. Leclanche cell, Leclanche cell or dry cell or primary cell, these are one kind only. In this dry cell, zinc container, the dry cell is this material is there, see container material is made with zinc. Itself it is acts as anode. It is made with zinc. Upper what we are holding, see bottom side you can find easily, because sides may again coated with some paper or else rust avoiding material. Bottom side steel type we will observe, that is made with zinc. Container, this primary cell or dry cell construction is made with zinc, which itself acts as anode, and whatever here graphite or carbon we are taken, this is carbon cathode. Now anode and cathodes are there. Graphite or this one, you might have, everyone from you might have observed after dead of that cell service after completion, what to do, means at least in your childhood, now also childhood, you are going to break it, observed, then you might have observed inside one black rod, that will be graphite. That is, graphite is a crystalline allotrope of carbon only, right? Now this surface is coated with MnO2, manganese dioxide, and whatever electrolyte is there here, this electrolyte is there, see electrolyte also made as a paste with MnO2, ammonium chloride, zinc chloride with coke, that is graphite. This also upper surface is coated with MnO2, and to which in this electrolyte, pasted electrolyte, ammonium chloride, zinc chloride with carbon powder form of graphite will be taken as an electrolyte, is in the form of paste. This is in the form of paste, right? Zinc anode. This is the construction of the dry cell. During this dry cell, zinc as a solid undergo oxidation Zn2+. Along with that 2 electrons. This is taking place at anode. At anode, zinc undergo oxidation, gives 2 electrons. Those 2 electrons transfer to graphite. At graphite already coated with whom? MnO2, manganese dioxide. That manganese dioxide in presence of ammonium chloride, by taking an electron, convert into MnOOH with the liberation of ammonia. See, MnO2 means manganese having certain number of electrons are like this only, na? MnO2. This MnO2, when it is treated by ammonium ion with the supply of an electron, in ammonium loss of NH3 nothing but left over H plus, that H plus with an electron H, that H what it will do, like this it is going to cleave. Whenever it is cleaven, that double bond go as it is, it get converted into OH, MnO OH. Suppose here MnO2 is there when 2 moles are coming forward. In presence of 2 moles of ammonium ion with 2 electrons. Now 2 H plus are coming now. 2 H plus are coming. 2 H plus with 2 moles of MnO2. One MnO2 is like this, MnOOH like this converted, and other MnOOH I am considering in this way. MnOOH 1 mole and another MnOOH, during which like this if water eliminates, it get converted into what? Mn2 O3 na, Mn2O3 na, you observe whoever MnOOH is there, what is the oxidation number of manganese? +3 only na. Hydroxyl is -1, oxygen is -2. -1 plus -2 -3. Therefore, it is +3 na. Come to Mn2O3. That is 2x plus -2 into 3 equal to 0. Now 2x equal to +6. X equal to +3 only na. +3. As a reactant MnO2 is there, see, in which what is the oxidation number of manganese? +4. Now at cathode, this is anode takes place. At cathode, the manganese is with +3 to +4 to +3 coming na. That is reduction or not? Reduction. This whole if you want you can multiply with 2 in order to cancel the electrons. Electrons are getting cancelled. Whole equation you multiply it with 2. So that what you are going to get? Zinc plus 2 moles of MnO2 plus 2 moles of NH4 plus. With respect to this NH4 plus, whoever the Cl minus are there na, from ammonium chloride Cl minus also coming forward, those Cl minus get neutralized this Zn2 plus, electrical neutrality taking place, or sometimes some of the Zn2 plus may convert into ZnCl2. Here already ZnCl2 we taken, clear na? So that 2 moles of NH4 plus to give Zn2 plus 2 moles of Mn2O3. Let me write Mn2O3, or else if you want 2 moles of MnOOH, like this also you can write, clear na? So during this the chemical energy whoever is there get converted into electrical energy with this brass button, this and this side. This is the zinc plate as anode, this is cathode. Anode zinc undergo oxidation to convert as Zn2 plus. You might have observed after some service of that battery, your upper surface if you press it may soft. New battery if you take, it is stiffness. After usage it will become some soft, nothing but whatever this zinc plate is there as an anode, it is going to consume. After consumption it will become, its stiffness will be weak. Now electrolyte, water also we are getting now here. MnOOH if comes, no water, or Mn2O3 is there, water also getting or not? So therefore this will become, whatever pasted electrolyte is there, it will become somewhat liquid form. Clear na? Like this the chemical energy get converted into electrical energy in this battery. After some usage it is going to dead. Again this cell we cannot able to recharge. Clear na? During which whatever the potential is coming is 1.5 volt. 1.5 volt is going to generate during this battery. Clear na? This is the dry cell. And even another dry cell, zinc amalgam as cathode. Then nickel oxide grid as cathode. See, zinc amalgam in which zinc is going to come. Zinc is going to come. And Here HgO also you can take, mercuric oxide, zinc amalgam, whoever is there, in presence of, here electrolyte acts as a base, potassium hydroxide is electrolyte, nothing but OH minus will come forward, get converted into ZnOH taken twice along with 2 moles of electrons. Nothing but oxidation only, na? 2 moles of OH minus coming, zinc reacts with this, nothing but zinc is going to lose electrons or not? Here Zn is with plus 2 only, na? Zn is with plus 2. Now zinc plus 2, this 2 minus as electrons it get converted. Suppose HgO is there, that HgO is with H2O. In presence of H2O, then those 2 electrons will come forward. When 2 electrons are coming, it is converting into HgO with H2O and 2 moles of electrons. So it convert into HgOH taken twice, HgOH taken twice. Here 2 hydrogens are there. 2 hydrogens, here 1 oxygen, here 1 more oxygen. Nothing but total 2 OH are there, na? The 2 OH comes here, and here Hg is with plus 2. Here also Hg should, here HgOH taken twice, whatever is coming, immediately it get converted into Hg2 plus, Hg2 plus, Hg2 plus, no, it has to convert as Hg with 2 moles of OH minus. Can I write this as HgOH taken twice, here 2 OH minus are there, na? From this 2 OH minus, Hg2 plus I can write as Hg with 2 OH minus, or without writing of this you consider. Here HgOH taken twice with 2 electrons exist. Those 2 electrons deposit this mercuric ion as mercury, and 2 OH minus separates, balancing now. Mercury from plus 2 to 0, it undergo reduction. Here zinc from 0 to plus 2 undergo oxidation. Net equation if you consider, 2 electrons and 2 OH minus getting cancelled. So therefore Zn plus HgO plus water convert into ZnOH taken twice with mercury. Here the chemical energy get converted into electrical energy. Here Zn Hg with 2 hydrogens, 2 oxygens, 2 oxygens, 2 hydrogens. Clear, na? At anode zinc undergo oxidation, at cathode cathodic material undergo reduction. Here cathodic material mercuric oxide, that Hg plus 2, Hg plus 2 deposit as Hg, it undergo reduction. During this the chemical energy get converted into electrical energy. It is taking place in alkaline medium. Here alkaline medium no need, ammonium chloride ZnCl2 as electrolyte we took. Here alkaline medium is required, therefore alkaline zinc mercury cell, it is also primary cell. During this primary cell, the potential generated will be 1.35 volt, whereas in this dry or Leclanche cell 1.5 volt, here 1.35 volts. You should not confuse here. The metal undergo oxidation at anode, another metallic ion undergo reduction at cathode. That concept you have to keep in your view, right? Metal undergo oxidation, the metallic ion from this undergo reduction from plus 4 to plus 3. Here from plus 2 to 0, plus 2 to 0. Clear, na? So in this way the primary cells are there. These cells we cannot get back, no recharge, only discharge. After some use we have to discard that. Clear, na? So these are examples for primary cell. Whereas come to the secondary cell. Secondary cell, recharge your inverter. Inverter is a very good example for secondary cells, secondary batteries. Okay. In secondary batteries, both discharge takes place and recharge takes place. Discharge nothing but chemical energy converted into electrical energy, galvanic or voltaic cell. recharge nothing but electrical energy get converted into chemical energy is electrolytic cell, right? For which good example is lead storage battery. Lead storage battery. Important. Lead storage battery, in which what is taking place, a series of galvanic or voltaic cells are going to arranged in that battery series, in which lead plates acts as anode. Their anode connecting is lead plates. Cathode also lead, but coated by lead dioxide grid. Lead cathode, lead anode. Only lead metal is anode, that lead metal coated by lead dioxide. Cathode grid is lead dioxide, right? Electrolyte is sulfuric acid. H2SO4 is an electrolyte. We can say dilute H2SO4. Around 38% H2SO4 is taken as an electrolyte. Electrolyte sulfuric acid percentage is 38%. Right? That is the reason why in batteries sulfuric acid is using, thus H2SO4 is an industrially important compound. It is going to decide an economy of country also. Similar with ammonia Haber's process, sulfuric acid by contact process, Birkeland and Ide process, nitric oxide followed by nitric acid. Even Birkeland and Ide process, Ostwald process, ammonia oxidation with which NO we are getting. Birkeland and Ide process also NO we are getting. That NO further oxidation followed by hydrolysis with water, we will get HNO3. Right? These three compounds are industrially important compounds. Sulfuric acid also same. So, no battery will run, no rechargeable battery will run without sulfuric acid. Correct? Their water level we have to maintain. Now, sulfuric acid is how much percentage? 38% sulfuric acid. We can treat that as a dilute sulfuric acid only. That can be taken as an electrolyte. So, at anode lead undergo oxidation. That lead undergo oxidation in presence of sulfate. Who is giving the sulfate ions? Sulfuric acid only. H2SO4 ionize and gives 2H plus and SO4 2 minus. Those sulfate anions coming forward towards the lead, and it get converted into lead sulfate giving 2 electrons at anode. Clear? Should not confuse anode and cathode during recharge, during discharge, the substances they are asking in entrance examination. So, at anode lead plate itself undergo oxidation in presence of sulfate anion. The sulfate anion is coming from whom? Electrolyte only, H2SO4 electrolyte. Clear? Na? Whoever electrons are released at anode, those electrons from anode to cathode externally transferring. Then at cathode, lead dioxide as cathode grid. Cathode grid made with lead dioxide, anode is with lead. Again this will be in presence of sulfuric acid. Whoever the H plus ions released from sulfuric acid in first case, at anode H2SO4 releasing H plus ions, these H plus ions making use at cathode, and sulfate anion left. That sulfate anion with which lead converted to lead sulfate, nothing but lead undergo oxidation into lead sulfate, right. Now, whoever electrons are there, those electrons reach to cathode externally, anode to cathode electrons reaching. Here lead dioxide as a cathode grid reacts with sulfuric acid in presence of medium, that is H pluses are released in previous used sulfuric acid and electrons taken, during which here what is taking place, it get converted into lead sulfate. Here also lead sulfate is a product at cathode. Lead is with sulfate. Here 2 oxygens are there. Here 2 oxygens. Here 2H plus, here 2H plus. Total 4H plus. 2H plus electrically neutral by 2 electrons. Nothing but here 2 hydrogens. Here 2 hydrogens. 4 hydrogens. 4 hydrogens with 2 oxygens. 4 hydrogens with 2 oxygens. 2 moles of H2 only now. 2 moles of H2O. This reaction is taking place at a cathode. So, at anode, lead undergo oxidation in presence of sulfuric acid. From the sulfuric acid, sulfate anions made use, convert into lead sulfate with 2 moles of electrons. That is at a anode. And at cathode, 2 electrons transferred from anode to cathode, leftover H plus ions here making use. From sulfuric acid, 1 more mole, 2 hydrogens are there, 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogens, remove this oxygen as a water. So that here lead is with plus 4 oxidation number. In lead dioxide, what is the oxidation number of lead? Plus 4. Plus 4 get converted into plus 2. Plus 4 to plus 2. Decrease in oxidation number, reduction only now. Now we are 0 to plus 2. Increase in oxidation number 2. So therefore it undergo oxidation, it undergo reduction. Clear na? Net here electrons are getting cancelled. So that Pb plus PbO2 plus, let me write as 2 moles of sulfuric acid, here 1 mole and here 1 more mole, 2 moles of sulfuric acid left side, and right side 2 moles of PbSO4 along with that water, 1 mole 1 mole, 2 moles of PbSO4. This is the net cell reactions here at anode reaction, cathode reaction, net. This will be taking place during discharge. During discharge, here it is acting as galvanic or voltaic cell. During discharge, anodic and cathodic, and when we add, it is a net. Okay, complete discharged. Battery is totally discharged. If we want to use the same battery, what we have to do? Recharge. In vehicle, battery is there. With the help of battery, we are making use the power to on the vehicle. With the battery, lights and whatever are there in vehicle, those all will function. Right? And simultaneously there, vehicle is running, fuel is burning, vehicle is in running. While discharging, recharge also takes place parallelly. Right? If power is there, here inverter we fixed, and whenever the external electricity is there, that battery is going to make use, nothing but acts as electrolytic cell. Suppose it is, that is fully charged, at that time this power will not use. Fully charged, complete, chemicals are get ready, charging, recharging, and whenever power gone, that will come forward. Right? The chemical energy get converted into electrical energy. How long? Certain hours only now? Certain hours. After certain hours, that get discharged. Totally battery discharged. At that time, if external power is not came, even the inverter also could not work. Whenever power comes, slowly that charge, that start recharge. Suppose with our power from house, whatever the power coming, with that power, if the battery is not getting recharging, we have to go to repairer. That battery shop, we have to take that, and they will with a special instrument they will recharge. Means there the recharging tendency is more. Right? In house, whatever one inverter battery is there, 12 hours required. If 12 hours power is there, then only that get recharge. Right? So during recharge, what is taking place? Anode reactions acts as cathode reactions, and cathode reactions acts as anode reaction. Nothing but reverse reactions. See, PbSO4 convert into Pb plus SO4 2 minus with the supply of 2 electrons. We are supplying na? Electrical energy we are supplying. Therefore, lead sulfate takes these 2 electrons during recharge time. Lead sulfate takes electricity power, nothing but electrons, get converted into lead and sulfate. This is taking place where? Anode, reverse reaction. At cathode, same PbSO4 in presence of water convert into PbO2 with H2SO4 along with the 2 moles of protons and 2 electrons. Reverse reaction. See, PbSO4 plus 2H2O, it get converted into PbO2, 2H2O. 2 oxygens from water goes to Pb, convert into PbO2. Here SO4 2 minus left, SO4 2 minus takes 2H plus from 2 moles of water. Here 4H plus are available. Now 2H plus from 2 moles of water taken by sulphate convert into sulfuric acid. Therefore 2 more H plus left. The 2 more H plus 2 electrons. Here देखो 2 moles of H plus and 2 electrons, 2H, 2H and here 2H, 4H. Now 4H. Now here 2 plus 4, 6 oxygens, 2 plus 4, 6 oxygens. This is taking place at a cathode. Right? At anode, here electrons taken by lead sulphate and deposit as lead metal. Whereas at a cathode, here lead sulphate in water, lead dioxide with H2SO4 plus H plus and electrons. Now net, clear? During which 2 moles of PbSO4 with water convert into lead plus lead dioxide plus 2 moles of sulfuric acid. Clear na? So this is the net. This is taking place during recharge. Right? So both discharge followed by recharge facility is available. This cell is lead storage battery. Here potential will be 2 volts. 2 volts potential is going to generate. Clear na? Like this, parallelly chemical energy get converted into electrical energy as well as electrical energy converted into chemical energy. This battery, lead storage battery, very roughly we can make use. Delicate no. Whereas same secondary batteries, NiCad battery, one more is there, nickel cadmium battery, called as the NiCad battery. That NiCad battery, smooth handling, electronic instruments, it is compact, lightweight, simple. In mobiles also we can make use. Whereas primary, whoever is there, see, primary, even earphones we can make use, watches we can make use, watches and TV, remote, in that the primary cells are going to use. Here lead storage battery roughly in motor vehicles as inverters it is going to use, whereas mobiles, recharge mobiles are there na? Nowadays even pencil cells type, rechargeable pencil cell types batteries also coming, they are also recharge. Your bulb is there, see this bulb, whenever power off, recharged power will come up. Whenever power is there, it is going to recharge. In bulb itself, a small secondary cell is going to, secondary battery is going to fixing nowadays. In every electrical appliance, whoever is there, their discharge followed by recharge facility coming, instruments are coming. So that here during discharge, anodic and cathodic, during recharge, anodic and cathodic reactions. This is the lead storage battery. Now same secondary NiCad battery, nickel cadmium. NiCad or nickel cadmium battery. In nickel cadmium battery, cadmium undergo oxidation. Cadmium undergo oxidation. That is in basic medium also it is going to take place. Around 6M potassium hydroxide as electrolyte is going to use. So that here cadmium in presence of basic medium convert into cadmium hydroxide with 2 moles of electrons at anode. Right? Cadmium convert into cadmium hydroxide. Here 2 moles of OH minus taken by whom? Whatever electrolyte we took. In lead storage battery, electrolyte is 38% sulfuric acid. In NiCad battery, electrolyte is 6M potassium hydroxide, right, from which hydroxyl ions coming forward. Then here cathodic grid will be nickel dioxide. In lead storage battery, cathodic grid is lead dioxide. In NiCad battery, cathodic grid is nickel dioxide. This nickel dioxide in presence of water, by making use of those two electrons, convert into nickel hydroxide. NiO2 with H2O, nickel hydroxide. Suppose here 2 moles if you take nickel hydroxide, here see 2 oxygens, 4 oxygens, 2 to the 4 hydrogens. From that 2 oxygen, 2 hydrogen as nickel hydroxide and 2 moles of OH minus at cathode. Clear na? Nickel dioxide with water by pass of 2 moles of electrons who are released at anode, externally transferred to cathode. It convert into nickel hydroxide with 2 moles of OH minus ions. Net if you consider hydroxyl ions and electrons are getting cancelled, so that cadmium plus nickel dioxide in presence of water convert into cadmium hydroxide as well as nickel hydroxide. This is the net during discharge. During recharge, it is delicate as well as expensive. Delicate as well as expensive. So that here this reverse reaction, cadmium hydroxide with 2 moles of electrons externally we are passing, electrolytic cell type, convert into cadmium with 2 moles of OH minus will be taking place at anode, whereas at cathode CdOH taken twice, CdOH taken twice, NiOH taken twice, NiOH taken twice with 2 moles of OH minus convert into NiO2 with 2 moles of H2O and electrons. This is taking place at cathode during recharge. So that net OH minus getting cancelled, electrons also getting cancelled. So that CdOH taken twice and NiOH taken twice convert into Cd plus NiO2 plus 2 moles of H2O net, right? During what they are going to during discharge, during recharge, anodic product, anodic reactant, cathodic product, cathodic reactant. 99% the question is going to come from lead storage battery, 1% around this. In that mainly during discharge, during recharge, anodic and cathodic reactant as well as product they are asking. Clear na? Regarding that simple, regarding that direction you give an attention, right? Like this, the chemical energy get converted into electrical energy during discharge, whereas during recharge the electrical energy get converted into chemical energy. Thus on long time the cell is going to survive. There whoever the instrument, converting instruments failing is there, say that was only failing, but from chemical side same levels if we maintain, no question of failing. See, during discharge time, here during a discharge time water is consuming now. During discharge time water is coming, during recharge time water is moving. So that in that inverter continuous maintaining the water level is required or not? If water level is not maintained, that battery is going to fail. Means the chemical reactions at anode and cathode could not able to take place. Here during discharge water is consuming or not? That is the reason why water we are pouring. During recharge water is eliminating outside. Water is eliminating, here water is consuming. Thus water levels we have to maintain. In both the cases, suppose lead storage battery is there, sulfuric acid taking as an electrolyte. Is that sulfuric acid is going outside or coming inside? No, converting. So, there only that is converting. Therefore, acid we are not using. Even here 6M potassium hydroxide we are taking basic medium. Neither OH minus going outside nor coming inside. So, there also here OH minus base also we are not giving, only water we are giving. So, water level compulsory we have to maintain in proper way. Like this, chemical energy converted into electrical energy, vice versa, electrical energy converted into chemical energy. Both the phenomena are going to take place in secondary batteries. Therefore, secondary batteries are more convenient than primary batteries. Secondary batteries more convenient. More convenient, you are telling we are having this power. If this power is not there, only chemical energy converted into electrical energy is taking place. So, therefore, primary batteries are make use, right? So, these are batteries, primary and secondary. You have primary batteries 2, secondary batteries 2. Primary batteries, one is a dry cell, that is a Leclanche or galvanic cell, zinc as anode, whereas cathode graphite rod. Electrolyte is this MnO2 with coke powder or graphite powder, ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste is an electrolyte, 1.5 volt potential difference. Whereas same this nickel, zinc and mercury, if you take primary cell, zinc as anode, mercuric oxide as cathode, electrolyte base, clear, 1.35 volt. And lead storage battery is a secondary cell, there lead as anode, lead dioxide grid as cathode, electrolyte is sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, around 35% sulfuric acid, right. Here during discharge, lead undergo oxidation with the help of sulfuric acid, lead sulfate plus 2 electrons at anode, and at cathode lead dioxide, same sulfuric acid taking electrons convert into lead sulfate plus water. During net, lead plus lead dioxide in presence of sulfuric acid is equal to lead sulfate and water, 2 volts potential difference, clear. And during recharge, anode reactions reversed, cathode reactions reversed. At anode, lead sulfate plus 2 electrons gives lead and sulfate anion, whereas at cathode, lead sulfate plus 2 water, lead sulfate plus water gives lead dioxide plus H2SO4 plus H plus ions with electrons. That is during recharge, right. During recharge, the net equation lead sulfate plus H2O gives lead plus lead dioxide plus H2SO4, clear, 2 volts. Whereas same secondary battery, NiCad battery, if you take nickel and cadmium, in which cadmium, both of them in basic medium is going to take place. Cadmium undergo oxidation in presence of hydroxyl ion from base, get converted into cadmium hydroxide by giving 2 electrons at anode, and anode to cathode those 2 electrons are transferred. At cathode, nickel dioxide grid is there, that nickel dioxide in presence of water by taking 2 electrons get converted into again nickel hydroxide with OH minus, right. Net equation if you write, both the sides OH minus getting cancelled, electrons also getting cancelled. Therefore, your cadmium plus NiO2, plus water, cadmium plus NiO2 plus water convert into cadmium hydroxide plus nickel hydroxide net during discharge. During recharge, anode reaction reversed and cathode reaction reversed. So, by reversing at recharge, anodic reaction, cadmium hydroxide, CdOH taken twice plus 2 electrons gives Cd plus 2 OH minus. At cathode, by reversing, NiOH taken twice with 2 OH minus gives NiO2 plus 2 H2O plus 2 electrons. OH minus 2 electrons, both the sides getting cancelled. Therefore, net during recharge, NiOH taken twice plus CdOH taken twice gives Cd plus NiO2 plus 2H2O. Clear na? So, From this the potential difference is 1.5 volt. These are both primary and secondary batteries. Clear na? On which very simple question may come. Therefore, concentrate it, easily you can handle. And next, the last topic left over will be fuel cells. Fuel cells and corrosion. Corrosion also electrochemical phenomena. Fuel cell also electrochemical phenomena. So, tomorrow one more class is there. In that class, let us conclude the lesson. Okay? Clear. So, coming Sunday, you have electrochemistry only. Electrochemistry conceptual part you have. Next, one more after completion of discussion, mix it. 3 times let us write exam on electrochemistry. One is totally conceptual. Second one is conceptual followed by some direct preliminary problems and some applicative problems, one more test. Clear na? Okay. Get ready to write conceptual part of electrochemistry test on coming Sunday. Okay. Good luck.